from being open with them, we have learned what influences we should allow in our lives and which ones we shouldn't. And knowing which ones we should and which ones we shouldn't, it helps sharpen us to be better people. Because as iron sharpens iron, so a friend sharpens a friend. So we need to find the right friends to sharpen us. Because I feel like the wrong friends can dull our knives.
Hello everyone, we are Greg and Jackie Francis, and welcome to High Performance Parenting, where our passionate goal is to encourage you to raise champion children in a crazy world. Every week we will bring you multiple episodes from our extensive experience of raising our six happy, healthy, successful, godly kids who are confidently equipped to win big in life.
We deeply believe that any parent who is provided with the right knowledge and continual support can raise amazing kids. And when they do, all of our futures get better. If raising up future generations of absolute champions matters to you as much as it does to us, here's how you can contribute. Like and share this podcast with everyone you know. And together, let's embrace this journey of raising champion kids in a crazy world. Hello, everyone. We have some special guests in our studio today. Would you like to introduce yourselves real quick?
What's your name?
Hunter.
And I'm Crissy.
And how old are you guys?
I'm 4.
Almost 5. And I'm 13.
When's your birthday, little girl?
November 24.
And you're going to be how old?
5.
Wow, that's a lot. That's like a whole hand. You excited about your birthday?
Yeah.
Are we celebrating?
Yeah.
You get like almost a whole couple weeks, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. I heard you have a joke.
Yeah.
Okay, you want to tell your joke?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
What did the egg say to other egg?
What?
You cracked me up.
That was a good one.
Nice job.
Well done. That was a good joke there. Huh?
Crissy, do you have a joke?
I mean, I have a Christmas one since Christmas is kind of coming up.
Okay, what's that one?
Who is Santa's favorite singer?
Who?
Elvis Presley.
Who likes Elvis in our house?
Me.
And who else? Does Drews?
Yeah.
Yes.
Drew's a big fan of Elvis.
He does
Yeah.
like Elvis.
It is. Today in the studio, we're super excited. We get to have some quality conversations with Crissy and Hunter. And Crissy, why don't you tell them a little bit about some of the things that you're excited about right now?
Well, I'm excited about a lot of things, but a few things coming up. I'm excited about all the holidays coming up, of course, but just being able to have a lot of family time. Our grandparents are coming in next week for Thanksgiving, and I'm excited for all that kind of stuff. I like having quality time with our family. It's like our own mini unit, so I love having time with our family.
Mm-hmm. Very good. You've been studying our podcast, haven't you?
Yep, me and my sister Abby listen to them together.
Yeah. Have you listened to all of them?
Not yet, but I know that she has.
Really?
Almost all of them, yeah. I've listened to the first couple, but it's like I like listening to things because I'm like ear trained, so I like listening to the podcast.
Okay. So what are some of your thoughts that you've had so far? Because you know what, you're like hearing us explain things that we do in our household.
Yeah.
That you're actually part of us doing them.
Yep.
And so you see all the different dynamics. You hear the different instructions. You know what our standards are, what our culture is. You live it. And so I'd love to hear some of your thoughts on, what you've either been getting from the podcast, things that you would add at different points with different topics we have. Let's just kind of have a free conversation today about all this.
Well, one thing, every time I hear the podcast, I'm like, my parents really do that. I see that in my life every day. It's like they're not just making things up or being like, this is what we should do. They actually apply the stuff. I see them do it. And with them giving the right examples, I see, like, for instance, the standard is restored. Since they have taught us how we discuss something, yes, we fix it. Sometimes a little disciplining needs to be included, but we are forgiven and forgotten. So, the situation is forgotten, but
For sure not.
I'm never going to be forgotten.
You're not forgotten.
I'm never going to let myself be forgotten.
Ellie or Hunter, is she funny?
Yeah. But I remember so many times either sitting on my mom's lap, holding her hand, crying because I did something and I know it was wrong, but mom saying, okay, we took care of it. It's forgiven. It's forgotten. Moving on. And that just means so much, knowing that we can always move on. because I remember just being like, I wish everything was okay. And Mom was like, everything is gonna be okay. Like, life will go on. So just knowing that no matter what I do, it's always gonna be forgiven.
Yeah, what do I normally say? I say it's always going to be okay.
Yeah, you go, it's not the end of the world. And like them modeling that for us, we do it with each other now. So it's like whatever we bring up, we're really like, if we bring it up again, we'd be like, I thought you already forgave me. Like, and then that can result into another argument. But let's not go there. But
You mean with your siblings?
Yeah, with my siblings.
Okay, yeah, with your siblings. That's how, you guys have to walk through some of the things that we teach you guys, right?
Yes, and like everything that our parents model for us, we can model for our younger siblings. Like Hunter here, she's almost 5, and the oldest of us is 14, and now we can like help train her to be, who Mom and Dad have raised us to be, because we have seen this stuff modeled for us. And one thing also I wanted to talk about is the security that we feel of our mom and dad following the Word of God. Like, we have been taught and we have listened to and we know God's principles. So we see our parents following it, and there's a lot of security knowing that our parents are under a higher authority. So we know we can trust them. Like, whatever I'm doing, I love my parents' advice. I really need and want my parents' advice because I trust them, because I know they're under a higher authority.
It's good. Because we don't, we're pretty open about the fact that Mom and I have had to do a lot of studying and growing and learning how to parent the way that, we've chosen to, which is doing our best to be according to God's word and his will. And even when we aren't sure, or, we're still kind of learning, where we're going to try to get our information, right?
Yes, for sure.
Yeah. And so, a lot of times when we're even learning different topics, we're getting into the word together and being like, okay, maybe it's like, why do we not want to hang out with wrong influences, and what do? We go into Proverbs.
Yeah.
And we read about, 20 scriptures in there that talks about how if you hang out with fools, you become a fool,
Yes.
Yeah. So lots of different stuff like that, right?
Yep. There's had to be some times where it'd be like, it's
Whoa.
Bless
you,
you.
little girl. Jeez.
Whoa, I think that got all over the microphone.
Yeah.
We've had multiple times where we had to be open with our parents and they had to be open with us about like whatever, our friend did this to us or we might have done this wrong. But from being open with them, we have learned what influences we should allow in our lives and which ones we shouldn't. And knowing which ones we should and which ones we shouldn't, it helps sharpen us to be better people, because as iron sharpens iron, so a friend sharpens a friend. So we need to find the right friends to sharpen us, because I feel like the wrong friends can dull our knives.
Mm-hmm. And it's hard if you're around people, and they may not be the best influence. It's still hard to just be strong enough to not let them influence you. It's like you need to just get away from the situation versus try to engage in the situation.
Mm-hmm. Well, and it's one thing we're dealing with right now, even with Hunter, right? Like, just as an example of where, Hunter has been having the opportunity to have many play dates with people. Have you been going on play dates and birthday parties and enjoying people?
You're like the best friend.
Are you a really good friend to everybody?
Yeah.
Yeah, you are. But sometimes some people aren't as friendly back to you, right?
Yeah.
And sometimes what does it do? It hurts your feelings a little bit?
Yeah.
You normally come and tell us, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. How does it make you feel when somebody's not very nice to you?
Like, hurts my feelings.
It does hurt your feelings. And do you talk to us about it and tell us, oh, so-and-so kind of hurt my feelings today. They didn't like this about me, or they didn't want me to play with them, right?
Yeah.
Or you tell us, I have sad feelings.
Mm-hmm.
She explains to us that, maybe somebody that she's hanging out with is making her feel bad about herself or not accepting her as a person or judging her. And so the bigger kids can actually take some of the stuff that we're applying to them all the time and instill it into Hunter. And when we all work together, that's when we're all achieving a higher level. And I think it's so neat today to see how, especially Crissy and Abby and Bella have come to the point where it's like all the things that they've been learning for the last, 14 years of their life, they have totally been able to not only put into their own life, but help their siblings do the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
And one big part about teamwork is helping take each other's loads. Like, we see our parents be like, talk to us, and they're like, it's okay. We can move on. They help take our loads. So we can help take Hunter's loads whenever she comes to us and somebody hurt her feelings. We can help her with that because our parents modeled that for us.
And I think, too, one of the things like Crissy mentioned earlier is, we've made mistakes, too. I mean, how many times have we come back and said, you know what, maybe we didn't handle this well, or we should have talked to you guys about this, or we didn't prepare you well for this. And to take that ownership so then your kids can trust you more to say, you know what, even when mom and dad are, learning something new that could help us, they're willing to come and be honest with us about it.
Mm-hmm.
So, Crissy, when your mom makes mistakes, you still restore the standard for her, even, right?
Yes, I do, but she very rarely makes mistakes.
Oh, my gosh.
With me, at least.
Okay.
I feel like there's a
Crissy,
lot.
no, in general, I make very few.
You're Mary Poppins, Mom. You're practically perfect in every way.
I mean, if you say it, I believe it.
And it's funny because when Hunter was younger, she would be like, I'm right, you're wrong, or whatever. She'd been arguing with us since a young age. So I feel like I have a lot of I'm wrong, you're right, Mom moments.
Hunter, do you say that to us sometimes?
I say I'm right, you're wrong.
Yes, you do.
Yeah. We'll walk into different rooms and we hear you guys arguing and Hunter's winning a lot of time.
Because it's like, how do you argue with her? It's like, for instance, we'll be like, Hunter, I vacuumed that room. And she'll be like, no, you didn't. And we'll be like, yeah, I did. And she'll be like, I'm right, you're wrong. We'd be like, fine, you can
And we
win.
actually start doubting ourselves. Like,
Maybe I didn't vacuum the
and we
room.
actually see the vacuum lines, and we're trying
She's
to
so
convince
convicted
her.
of it.
But then Crissy's like, I probably should vacuum again. I'm not really sure if I did.
Oh, you're funny, Hunter. So, Hunter, sometimes it's really good to be able to describe to us how some things make you sad, but what's some things that make you happy? I know sometimes when I've seen you eat, what's your favorite kind of dessert?
Chocolate.
Chocolate.
Yeah.
Like maybe it's a chocolate ice cream.
Yeah.
You love those, don't you? You eat those a lot?
You used to tell us that cookies make your tummy happy.
Is that true?
Yeah, that's true. Crissy, what are some other things that you've picked up from the podcast that you've enjoyed?
Well, our parents talk about how to get through arguments or disagreements because everybody who's going to go somewhere is going to disagree with people along the way. So we have learned how to work through arguments. Number one, knowing each other's love languages. Like at one point, me and my sister Bella, our love languages are not
Arguments? Actually, I think you went through a season where that was your love
winning
language.
arguments. Would have
Winning
been
arguments was, yes, it was.
It's the sixth love language.
Oh, yeah. I
Winning
think you went through a
arguments.
season of that. Mhm.
But anyway, our love languages are words of affirmation. So when we wanted to tear the other person down because we wanted to be right, we would do the opposite, not give words of affirmation, give rude words. But that wasn't always the best. So we got
that's
so good at arguing that our siblings felt like we would always win because we just pretty much practiced on each other, took what we saw the other person do to ourselves and like used it. But then eventually we were like, okay, we got to fix this because there was a conversation where me and two of my sisters, we were all crying and we were like, had to figure this out. So we finally fixed it. And now it's like barely brought up anymore because it was forgiven and forgotten.
Yeah. It's like the example of, in our household, there's a split between Michigan fans and Ohio State fans.
Yep.
And Jacquie grew up in Ohio, so obviously that side's all Ohio State fans. I grew up in Michigan, so big Michigan fans on this side. It's taken us years to see which kids are going to be on which side. Crissy and Jeruse are strong Michigan fans, of course. We've won 2 years in a row now. And the other kids are over there on the other side temporarily. And but then you take Abby and her personality. See, like, for instance, you and Bella. You know, Bella likes being an Ohio State fan and arguing with you about being one, and you like being a Michigan fan and arguing with her, right?
Yep.
Drews likes it too. He kind of likes the controversy and everything. But then you take Abby, and she's just like, I remember after the first year, each side was really negotiating with her who we could pull her over, and finally she just gave up, right?
Yeah, because I just got pulled over, and I got
Pulled over,
such
so
a hard
she-
time. I went to Michigan from Ohio because Well,
pressure from Dad.
Yeah, it was pressure, and
It was.
it was really, it was quite a thing. But like,
I know, because there's none on your side.
yeah, because like our grandma and grandpa, whom we call Nana and Baca, they're Ohio State fans, so they were asking me about it. Then everybody was giving me a hard time. So I was called a flip-flopper. And now since I'm on Michigan, I'm like, I'm not flip-flopping again. I'm not
Ever.
going through that.
Never.
Even if you wanted to be Ohio State fan.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm not flip-flopping
She
because I don't
doesn't.
want to
She does.
flip-flop.
Why would you want to be second place? Like, that makes no sense.
Not. Anyways, I thought it was so funny though because we're all getting ready for the big game, so we all have certain clothes to wear and hats to wear and all that kind of stuff. Well, my Molly, my dog, she's a red golden doodle, and so of course she's an Ohio State fan, and so I'd gotten her a cute outfit to wear for the game. Well, Greg walked out and got his dog, Lainey,
Who's yellow.
who's yellow, a Michigan outfit to wear. And so then Abby was very concerned when these boxes started opening up and the dogs were getting dressed. She was like, I am not going to tolerate this. If my dog has a Michigan this is not okay. I'm going right out there right now to see what's going on with those dogs.
So Abby and Indigo are on Team Love.
Yeah,
They are on Team
call it
Love.
Team Love. So we got her a love shirt because we all have Michigan, Ohio shirts. It's like she's got a love shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the camaraderie that we have in the household. It's super fun.
Hey everyone, thanks for listening and thanks for your love and support. We hope that today's episode added tremendous value to you and your family. It would mean so much to us if you would partner with us on our mission of helping parents around the globe raise champion children in this crazy world.
To do so, simply take a moment to like and share this podcast with everyone in your network. And we have great news. You get more of us. You can expect new episodes every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday morning. So be sure to consistently tune in with us and enjoy our show. See you next time.